team member almost immediately. Jarvan dies as well. So I guess this is a 1 versus 2 engagement. So he was trying to hold Nasus out of the fight, and instead of going after him, getting the 1 kill and just leaving the rest of the enemy team, they went after the big part of the enemy team. And okay, that was actually really good. Nasus stayed in a little bit too long there, underestimated the amount of damage that Hotshot could do, and paid the price for it. But anyway, they should have gone, the whole team should have gone for Nasus. They could have easily gotten him, especially with the speed boost from Sona. And that way they would have gotten a kill, still be together with 5, and there was no way the enemy could retaliate by killing one of them. But I guess in the end it's a 2v2 trade, it's pretty good. They got some damage done on the turrets. But it wasn't the best choice. So the enemy team coming or moving into the river, and then deciding to back off. And this back and forth we see a lot in these games. Well, you probably do it yourself. I mean, you're trying to engage in one way and then decide, well, maybe it's not the best way to do this, and then you wisely retreat. But in the really low ELO games, we see people just engaging because they started to move and they don't want to run all the way back. And well, that's not the best choice. I mean, if you're going to enter an engagement from the wrong angle, yeah, it's better not to. It's better to just run back before the enemy sees you or comes close to you, because in this case they were spotted, but they didn't know that, obviously. But you should always take care that if you're going in, especially if you're Annie or Vayne or whatever squishy character there is, if you're running into more enemies than you can handle, you should probably back out. Probably just wait for your team or harass or whatever, but not stay in a place where you're going to get killed. And yeah, as I said, Annie and Vayne and Teemo are really the best examples of that. Vicar, I guess. Those are the really, really squishy ones. And unless you build a lot of HP and armor and magic resist, yeah, any character can feel like that. So Nasus is not going to feel like that, and we're going to see the engagement here, I guess. Unless he went back, and he did. So that's also one of the things you learn when you play the game often enough. You know that the opponents are coming. You know that there's going to be, if you push the lane, there's going to be someone there. There's going to be someone that comes for you. Or maybe even more people than just the one. They should be able to get all of them here. One of them got away through the forest. But yeah, this game is now pretty much over because they're going to kill this turret, probably the next, and the inhibitor. And by that time the enemy will have resurrected, but there's not a lot they can do. This Vayne in this game has been fed quite nicely. It's gotten a lot of minion kills, it's gotten quite some some champion kills as well. And yeah, he probably can use one more item before, so one more big item before they can actually take this. And going for attack speed once more. Probably building this into what's it called? The Phantom Dancer. Not the Trinity Force, but the Trinity Force seems to be a really good item, since you're going to use the tumble, for example, every time you're going to attack an enemy. And if you attack an enemy with it, then it's going to trigger the Trinity as well as the tumble, so it does a crazy amount of damage. So you might even go for Trinity Force here. Or going for the new Cloak and Dagger, the new Tenacity item. I think Cloak and Dagger is actually an attack speed item as well, so he might just be going for that. So getting attacked by Blitzcrank here, Blitzcrank shouldn't really be a problem, because even though he has a lot of HP, he doesn't have... oh, he ran away. He doesn't have enough HP to withstand this, because he doesn't do any damage. And as you can see, even without any lifesteal, well, the lifesteal from the early game items, the Dorn's Blades, but he really doesn't need any lifesteal to be viable. I'm sorry. She doesn't need any lifesteal. It's just a matter of of building attack damage and attack speed. So it's just another of the same characters. They just have slightly different skills, and I guess in very, very high ELO there is a big difference between for example, Ashe and Caitlyn and this girl. I want to say this guy again, but all in all, it seems she plays pretty much like Ashe would, because you just have to stay away from the opponents and just try to damage them. It's just that in this case the Silver Bolts do a lot of damage early game, and in Ashe's case it's more of a late game build, so there's a difference there. Yeah, and as you can see, the enemy team can do nothing here to prevent them from just killing the whole team. And yeah, this game is just over. So they're going to kill this turret, the last inhibitor, and then the 2 Nexus turrets, and then be done with it. Yeah, I don't think that the enemy can nah, I know that the enemy cannot come back from this. And well, you can see that whatever they do, there's nothing that they can do to stop them. So Vayne almost dying here, and because Vayne is almost dead, the rest of the team decides to back off as well. Well, Sona needs some mana, I guess. But if your if your carry dies, it's probably a good thing not to stay in. Or if your carry needs to get out of this in this case. because there's no reason to have the enemy team to give the enemy team the opportunity to come back. It's much better to just retreat and have them kill off some minions and then, well, in this case, surrender. No, it's better to let them just kill some minions instead of killing some champions, because with the long respawn timers or revive timers, late game you really don't want to lose any of your tanks or whatever, and especially not your carry. So, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the game. This was a hotshot take on how to play Vayne. Seems she's really strong. She has been really strong in all 3 games. Even though the builds were quite different, every one of them was around the attack damage, attack speed, which seems to be the best choice anyway. So, that's it for now. I'll see you next time. Rate the video. GG.